I'm just going to go straight to the point with this one. When it comes to weight loss, it is easy for some, and it is very complicated for others. And I'll give you an example. Paul lost 40 pounds, 6 months, and has completely kept it off. Most importantly, just needed a blueprint to follow. Sarah has been up and down for years, and she's always struggled when it comes to weight loss. And basically, she's always been trying fad diets and different things. And now she's been able to lose 40 pounds, but it took her a while to actually get it down. And why did I give you both examples? Because one's been struggling their entire life to lose weight, and one just needed something to follow. And that's what I mean by it's easy for some, and it's difficult for others. But today I want to deep dive into understanding why that happens. Because as a coach, and I've been coaching for years, one thing I've realized is when it comes to weight loss, the thing that matters most is your perspective of it. And your brain be like, wait, what? It's the way you see it. Why do I see your perspective? So I was on a call yesterday with my client, Coach Karl. And this call lasted like 30 minutes. Tears were on the call. And we were just talking about her journey and how it's always been a constant battle. It's been a constant up and down. But throughout that call, I was listening to her words. Because for me, I love listening to what people say. Because what you say will have direct correlation with the results you're able to achieve. And one thing I realized with Coach Karl is she said, yeah, at the age of 18, 19, I was overweight, and I knew it was going to lead me to being overweight in my 20s. Me to being overweight when I was 28. And what does that mean? Most of us know we're going to be overweight at a certain age if we don't change something now. Most of us know we're going to struggle with weight loss at a certain age if we don't change now. So I told her, girl, you just said you've been struggling with this for years, and you just said you knew you were going to be at this spot years ago. So what does that tell you? You have to change what you say to yourself when it comes to weight loss. And I know it sounds woo-woo and cliche and corny as hell, but it's the truth. If you're the type of person to keep reiterating to yourself, keep telling yourself, weight loss is difficult, weight loss is hard, and I understand, it can be. But if you believe that, and that's one of your core values, you're never going to lose weight. You'll lose 10 pounds and you'll gain it back. You'll lose 20 and you'll gain it back. You'll lose 20, 30, 40, you'll gain it back. But keeping it off will never happen for you. Because you believe it's such a difficult process to stick to follow through with, that it's not for you. And here's the thing. She literally told me at the point of the call, she got into a position, she got into the mindset where she was like, so be it. What if I stay this way? What if I just stay this way and don't achieve the family and the things that I want? And that's when it just came out. She's like, I can't believe I said that to myself. I can't believe I was willing to let myself be this person, live in this body, and not lean towards changing it. Because she wants better. She wants to be stronger. She wants to be healthier. She wants to be more confident in her body. But your words could lead to inaction. And her words was leading to inaction. So I told her, girl, you gotta change your perspective when it comes to weight loss. Instead of trying to be perfect, and when you have one bad day, you let it throw you off, just pick it back up the next meal. Pick it back up the next workout. And what I mean by that is for you who's struggling to be consistent, who find yourself hitting 2 workouts here, and then 1 here, and then 0 there, and then another 0, how about you just stick to 1 for 2-3 weeks and build off of it? Stick to 2 for 2 to 3 weeks and build off of it. And that's exactly what I told her. You gotta change the way you perceive it. Weight loss is not all in and all out. It's a continuous journey. And to put 2 and 2 together, one thing I basically explained to her is it's like your college career. It's like your journey when it came to school and to where you're at now in your career. At school, it was difficult. You had some tests where you didn't do as good as you thought you were going to do. What did you do? You said, I can't let that happen again. And you studied and you got better and you did better. It's the same thing when it comes to losing weight. If you're doing good and you're consistent for a week, 2 weeks, and you have one bump in the road, that bump on the road is not the end all be all. That bump on the road, it's just saying, hey, let's just improve going to next week. So I could pick it back up the next day. Pick it back up the next meal. Because some people perceive that as failure and they use that to give up. But if you perceive it as just a bump and you could pick it back up, I will see you 6 months down the line, healthier and ever, stronger and ever. Most importantly, your mindset about weight loss will be completely different. Because now you have an understanding that, holy shit, I never had to be perfect. I just had to be me. I just had to start being the healthy version of yourself today. The person that instead of just sitting down and watching Netflix says, I sometimes get a workout in. The person that instead of going out and just buying a whole pizza and downing down a whole pizza in one sitting, let me go to the grocery store and get some meals or get some ingredients just to cook, just to prep. Start being that person. And when you start being that person and you change your perspective, you will change the results as you see. Now going into number 2. You gotta stop listening to everybody. There are people out there who sell fad diets, meaning they'll tell you can lose 40 pounds in a month. That is a recipe for eating disorder. That is a recipe for fucking disaster. If anybody tells you you can lose 40 pounds in a month, they're selling you a bullshit lie and you will end up being disappointed. And if you follow it, that's your fault. I'm just being honest. Because one of the biggest things is, all the information is out there, I get it. But about half of it is misinformation. So when it comes to who you listen to in terms of weight loss, narrow it down to 3 people. I could be one of those people. Because here's the thing. I will tell you the truth. I won't feed you some bullshit, some lie that this is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, it could be for some. But for others, I know that the past and what you've experienced in the past is going to have an effect on what you do later on. And what we need to do is correlate with each other, communicate with each other, so therefore we can find ways to rearrange our mindset, rearrange your framework, rearrange your strategy to help you follow through, but most importantly, accomplish the result you're trying to accomplish. And going back to Sarah. Sarah, when she first joined me, she was literally biking for 2 hours a day, salad after salad, eating literally like a rabbit. No change. And then asked her to join me. And here's the thing. She didn't even want to do it. It was a battle to get her going. Literally, she was like, it was a free 4-day challenge. And she's like, I can't do it. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I'm like, there's something in you. Because I believe in that everybody has the ability to change your life. I really do. And you may be like, that's corny. That's cool. But that's what I believe. Everybody has the ability to change your life with just one change. One point in the right direction. And that's what I wanted to do for her. It's just to point her in the right direction. So she joined. And we've been working with each other for 2 years. She's been able to lose these 40 pounds and have completely kept it off. But here's the thing. In the beginning, it was a battle. Because I asked Sarah to eat food. Eat real food. Whole foods. And she looked at me like I was crazy. Because she's never done it before. She's never been on a weight loss journey where she's eating 1,900 calories. And when she understood that and followed through with that game plan, it changed the game for her. Because she realized weight loss is not a diet. Weight loss is a way of eating. Weight loss is eating whole foods that give you energy. And most of the time, if you do eat whole foods, especially when you start incorporating more of them within your diet, it can completely change the game for you. To how you feel after eating a meal, to how you feel going into work, to how you feel going into the gym, to how you feel when you're just doing your day-to-day activities and just living life. And I introduced her whole foods, I introduced her macros, I introduced her a way of eating that's understandable, that is easy, that allows her to have a drink in the weekends with her friends while still being able to lose weight. And at first she thought I was crazy. But the first 2-3 months, we lost 20 pounds. And she was like, oh, I'm ready, I want to keep going. And then I told her, let's increase your calories. She really wanted to quit then. But increasing her calories actually allowed her to lose more weight. Because she was building more muscle. And when you're building more muscle and you're doing more, your body's burning more. Yes, I want you to be in a deficit, but I don't want it to be so big of a deficit that you start feeling tired, fatigued. So I cut it down back to 400. I want you to sustain a 400 calorie deficit for 3 to 4 months, 6 months. And if you do that, you will lose weight, just like Sarah. And I also told her, don't listen to anybody else when it comes to losing weight. And I didn't say don't just listen to me. No, I gave her practical examples of people who she listened to, and she did. But I also told her you need to move away from all the information out there and stick to this. The framework that is simple, the framework that works, the framework that gives you energy. Because most of the time when you do hop on a fad diet, you feel tired. You feel like you don't even want to continue just after day 3. So what makes you think it's going to be a key for you to losing weight and keeping it off? It's not. So bring it down to 3 people that have lost weight before, that have helped people lose weight before. Most importantly, will not feed you some bullshit of 40 pounds in a month. I wish. I'm being honest. I wish. If I could help you lose 40 pounds in a month, I would be the best trainer in the world. But I know that's not realistic. And if that does happen, you're more likely to gain it back just as fast. Now, last but not least, is in terms of losing weight and creating a game plan for yourself, I want you to set realistic expectations. And the reason why I say set realistic expectations is there's a time where you're going to be losing weight. You lose 10 pounds and then you gain 2 back. That doesn't necessarily mean you're gaining fat. No, it just says, hey, we're in the process of building muscle, changing your body, changing what we do, changing how we feel. And the body and the way that weight fluctuates, sometimes uncontrollable. And here's the thing, if you just stay consistent, you're more likely to lose more weight. But if you bring that old mindset back, oh my God, I gained 2 pounds, I'm freaking out, you're more likely to fall off. You have to set realistic expectations. You have to know that scale is not your friend and you're more likely better off than taking pictures. You have to know that in terms of going to the gym, it's not all about cardio. I want you to strength train and prioritize strength training first so you can build muscle, and the more muscle you have, the easier it's going to be for you metabolically to handle food, to process food, to have more energy and do the things that you want to do, not just in the gym, but outside the gym. And no, I'm not saying cardio is not needed. Cardio is definitely needed. But I would aim to do cardio at least 2 to 3 times a week. 30 minutes walking, biking, jogging if you like. But I would say strength training, make it your best friend and aim to go 4 times a week. Especially if your goal is just to lose weight progressively, safely, while understanding the process. The reason why I put that one last, why understanding the process, it's throughout this journey, don't just say, I'm going to lose this amount of weight, and the minute you lose it, go back to the old. No. Try and find a way of living and eating that just makes sense to you, but also allows you to lose weight. That allows you to feel good within your body. That allows you to understand that when it comes to food, yes, there's processed foods, yes, there's whole foods. It doesn't mean you have to cut out all the processed and not enjoy them. It can mean, hey, let me incorporate 80% whole foods and 20% I'll eat a cookie here and there. And if you do that, you'll understand you can have balance within this journey. And here's the thing, you could be the person that goes 100% whole foods. And if you do, that's amazing. Because you're going to feel a lot better, have more energy. Most importantly, the way your body's going to react from that food is going to be in a way that you're going to enjoy. Meaning, food has an effect on your muscle quality, your muscle density, most importantly, your recovery. So the better that you're able to eat and sustain it, the easier it's going to be. And one thing I highly recommend is taking 3 recipes, 3, that you like the most, and finding a way to make them high protein, delicious with whole foods. And I'll give you an example. Me, for example, lunch, 6 eggs, I know. Don't worry, my cholesterol is good. But let's continue. 6 eggs, 2 pieces of turkey bacon, 2 pieces of whole wheat bread, half a slice of avocado. That's my breakfast. Lunch. Could be a few things, but I'll narrow it down to 1. Chicken Alfredo pasta dish. Usually 150 grams of pasta, 150 grams of chicken. And when it comes to the Alfredo sauce, I aim for the one that's 90 calories. And then from there on, I only use usually maybe a quarter to half the container, depending how much pasta is there, depending if I'm trying to not just eat it once, but meal prep it for 2 meals or 3 meals. And then dinner, it's usually chicken, rice, broccoli. And I know that sounds boring, but there's different ways that I make it. I can make it fried chicken. I can make it grilled chicken and fried rice. And when it comes to broccoli, bake it or steam it, whichever way I want to. But I find ways to incorporate these meals. I find ways to stay consistent with this way of eating, so therefore I can achieve the results and the goals that I want. And if we're being honest too, you don't have that much variety within your food. You don't. A lot of people always say, oh, I want variety in my food. It's boring when I just eat the same thing, but you already do. Like, if you really think about it, name me one thing that you ate throughout this week that you haven't eaten like months. probably not that many things. Usually we eat around the same foods, just different ways of cooking them, different ways of making them. So pick 3 recipes and stick to it for 3 to 6 weeks. Change it up. 3 to 6 weeks, change it up. And in terms of working out, I'd kind of do the same thing. And that's for your workouts. As you're going for 4 times a week, make sure that you're at least doing that for 4 to 6 weeks. So you can build muscle, progressive overload, get better with your form, push a little bit more weight. And when you understand this, then switch it up. Meaning add variety, but not too often. Add variety every few weeks, not every single week and every single day. A lot of people mess up by trying to do it every single day, and it usually hurts them more than it gives them any progress. So you have to be careful with that. And if you do these things, you will find yourself understanding weight loss and but building a foundation around it. Because you'll realize, holy shit, this is pretty simple. It's just me doing what I love to do, enjoying the foods that I love, but just making sure that they're healthy, making sure that they're high in protein, making sure that when it comes to calories, I'm not overeating, because when you do eat whole foods, it takes a little bit longer for your body to break it down. So therefore, you'll feel fuller longer. And when you feel fuller longer, you're more inclined to eat less food and have to deal with less of willpower, which a lot of you don't have, if we're being honest. Just telling the truth. But that being said, if you follow exactly what I just laid out with you in this video, as always, you can always check out my YouTube for more videos on how you can lose weight, keep it off, most importantly, achieve the goals that you're trying to achieve in life. That being said, if you ever need help, got some free guns down below for you. Stay blessed, stay beautiful. Peace.